for all your real estate needs. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group of BHHS Ambassador Real Estate.
You're listening to Bock and the Blackshirt.
Terrell Farley.
Defending Terrell Farley, who last week in his first start was a holy terror. Number 43.
And Jake Bockoven. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Powered by Bauer.
Welcome to Bock and the Blackshirt here on 93.7 The Ticket. It is Wednesday, April 8th, 2026, and it's also Window World Wednesday here on The Ticket with just me and Bock. We're going to do the Window World today. Euler's going to be out today, so it'll be me and Bock will be doing the Euler report later on in the show. Bock, what's the best thing about sports, Bock?
I would say the entertainment.
Entertainment. Is fighting entertainment?
Fighting is very entertaining to me, yes.
Fighting is probably some of the best reasons why we go to some of these sports like hockey.
Yeah. I mean,
like baseball.
Yeah.
Like boxing or MAA, just basketball also. Yeah. Football, you get a little rough and tough every moment, but
scuffles.
It's not like baseball.
No.
When you use a ball as an object, what can you say? Like, what are you doing with that ball, man? What are you going to do with that ball? I mean, you're not going to throw it. Bock, probably one of the rarest moments in sports we would see with somebody throwing a pitch with a baseball in their hand.
Yeah, Jorge Soler of the Angels and Reynaldo Lopez of your beloved Braves did get into it the other night, and there were some different approaches to fighting by Lopez than I had seen before. One is that he kept his gloves on. Usually you drop the gloves to fight. He kept his glove on, and then in his throwing hand, he, like you said, held on to the ball even for the punches. So it's a weighted punch. Maybe you can think brass knuckles or something like that. It's an extra advantage into fighting. So that was a unique fighting approach. Of course, it did turn into a bench clearing brawl, if you will, but more pushing, a little bit of tackling, and then just those two kind of doing most of the punch throwing. But yeah, very unique approach to fighting.
Sometimes you may underestimate a pitcher, Bock, because literally people know some of these guys be 6'10", Bock, 6'8", right. 6'7". Randy Johnson was tall.
Yes, very tall, 6'10", I think.
Yeah, so sometimes you might think it's the smart thing to do until you walk up and start getting bows to your head. and I've watched my share of brawls, and I like the Braves because they represent. We hold our ground. We're not taking any smack. We'll beat up on the Royals. We'll beat up on any team in baseball if we have to. Braves are doing really good right now. 8-5, half a game out of first. Knowing it's still an early season, but to have the first brawl of the season, what can you say, Bock?
Yeah, it's good to see. Like you said, they got a winning record to start off. They did win the game last night, so that was, that's part of it. You want to at least do that if you're going to fight. You win part of the battle. They won 7-2 over the Angels, and they're off to a much better start than my Red Sox. So hopefully you might have some trash talking that you can do, at least to me, throughout the season. We'll see. The Red Sox
long
win last night.
Long road, though.
Yeah,
Bob.
long time ahead.
Long road. It'll be November What they call it, the thing for baseball is in what, October?
Yeah, Mr. October. You'd rather be
the
Mr.
hunt for October or something like that. Yeah. Bock, let's talk about some of the biggest fights in sports history. I'm going to go through a couple of them. You tell me how you feel about it. The Malice at the Palace, November 19th, 2004.
Yeah, obviously this is the most infamous one. Brought in a lot of folks from the crowd. Long time suspension, obviously, for Ron Artest and Steven Jackson. At least as far as those that I remember, the Malice at the Palace, just the craziest. I think if you talk about fighting in sports, that is the one that comes up more than anything. And the NBA kind of had to changed a lot, right? I mean, they went from kind of allowing you to wear whatever you want on the sidelines to try to dress them up and all this sort of. I mean, they had to try to change their image after this. Obviously, can't have too many Malices at the Palace, and that one's particularly bad. Yeah, still entertaining enough. Of course, they've made documentaries on it, but just to go back and watch the TV product of it it got ugly.
All right,
to say the least.
Number 2. I don't know if you know this. Phoenix Suns versus the New York Knicks in 1993.
I don't off the top of my head.
Tom Chambers.
Okay.
And company. They was fighting. It led to 6 ejections in that game. The New York Knicks versus the Denver Nuggets, 2006. Carmelo Anthony, when he was fighting.
I can remember that one a little bit. J.R. Smith got involved.
10 players were ejected, and Anthony decided to join the chaos to earn him a 15-game suspension.
Oof.
In that one. Let me see if some other ones, Bob. I'm trying to get out of it. All right. You got the White Sox versus the Detroit Tigers. Was started by a hit pitch in 2000. The game erupted in 2 separate bench-clearing brawls across innings, with both players from both teams piling on. The mayhem resulted in one of the NBA's highest penalty counts for a single game. But the Braves also had another one, Bob, when we talk about craziest sport moments. Let me get back to it. Oh, no.
Have a little problem getting back to it?
Yeah. Hold on. Here we go. Right.
So there's plenty of baseball brawls to pick from.
Well, there's plenty of that. Yeah. So, but the Braves, you got the Braves San Diego, known as the Bean Brawl game, featuring multiple large-scale brawls with fans.
Oh no, yeah, that's what
this is 1984.
Yeah, that's a bad deal.
Yeah. Then you got the Canadians versus the Soviet Union hockey game. Brawl lasted 20 minutes, Bob. 1987.
That makes sense.
So, you have plenty of stuff that goes on, but, you remember that football game? They'll start fighting in the middle of the was it Backyard Brawl?
I don't know if it was that. There's definitely been some. Yeah.
Backyard Brawl. That's a football game.
Pitt in West Virginia?
Huh?
Isn't that Pitt, West Virginia?
No, it was a video game.
Oh, okay. There's a video game you're talking about. Okay.
Yeah. Look up Backyard Brawl, Bock, and it's a video game. It was fun. You can play and they'll start fighting in the middle of the game.
As it is the rivalry known for Pitt and West Virginia as well. Let me look at the video game.
Yeah.
I didn't know there was such a thing.
You see that?
Is it Backyard Wrestling?
Huh?
Not Backyard Wrestling. Backyard Brawl. I don't see the video.
Let me see
game.
the football. Let me see.
Of course, there's just a lot of fights to go through history, because I'm kind of, as you kind of brought it up, I'm kind of thinking of my own that go through my head. Of course, the Yankees, Red Sox in the early 2000s, Jason Varitek and Alex Rodriguez kind of inside an incident. A lot of people remember specifically Pedro Martinez throwing 72-year-old Don Zimmer to the ground. And so in one of those matchups in 2003, those teams were brawling quite often at the time. So that's one. I always think, especially though, of, and it's before my time, but Rudy Tomjanovich went on to become a successful coach at the NBA level but when he played in the NBA in 1977, the Lakers forward Kermit Washington punched him when he was coming in to try to break up kind of a fight. It caused a fractured skull, shattered jaw, and leaking spinal fluid. It was a very, very scary incident that happened. Tomjanovich had to go multiple surgeries, missed the rest of the season, was able to return for the following year. But the NBA suspended Washington for 60 days and fined him what at the time would be a big number. Fined him $10,000, Terrell. 1977, that meant more to NBA players. That might not be as much now, but yeah, it was that was a scary one, and you hope at least that a lot of these don't turn into life-threatening injuries like that.
Yeah, and we seen the one on football when we seen the guy that tried to sneak the player when he wasn't looking. We seen that like 3 years ago, which was not cool with us because you never sucker punch a guy when he's not looking.
Yeah.
So that's one of the rules of fighting, not to sucker punch a guy, especially on the football field. I don't know if you were swinging your helmet or you was throwing a punch, but anything. It's not safe, but I'm down with fights. I like to see them. Not necessarily football. I remember a couple of football games. I think 2 players got thrown out right before the game. It was a running back and a linebacker. I forgot the name of it. I think it was Cincinnati running back and Jeremiah Trot. No, it had to have been Joey Porter.
Okay.
It could have been
I think I remember something.
They got suspended pregame, tussling, talking smack.
Yeah.
Want to fight.
Do you remember the Florida International Miami brawl from the early 2000s? It was basically the end of the Larry Coker era at Miami, but it turned into an all-out brawl, including when there's like a guy out there, they were like with like weapons. What's the what do you when you break a leg or whatever, you got a
crutch.
Yeah, he had his crutch out there. They're hitting it. It turned into like pro wrestling. And yeah, I think that was all but put an end to the Larry Coker era at Miami. And they hadn't recovered for a long time until recently.
Yeah. We never had you'll never have a brawl like that in Nebraska. You don't have to worry about it, especially on the football field. You may have a little smack talk and stuff, but I don't think our boys are brawl material when we talk about that part.
I don't think, for Nebraska football, I can't think of a brawl necessarily.
You don't have any Sues out there. You don't have any Christian brothers, the Peter brothers.
Yeah.
You don't have those guys like Grant Wistrom, Jared Thomas. You don't have those beasts out there. So, I don't think this. I think we're more of a, I don't know, type. What's the guy that liked the hamburgers on Popeye?
I don't know. You lost me on that one.
Wimpy.
Okay.
I'll be glad to play you back on Wednesday or Tuesday. But
you guys had a few fights during practice, but probably not in the games, right?
Oh, yeah. We'll fight you. We'll fight each other.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all love, but, we got to show you who's the best. I mean, when you go against the offense like we had, and we didn't get any respect because we was the defensive guys. So they thought that we was, they thought we was pushovers too, but we wasn't no pushover. Y'all just been running against the number 2. So when we do go ones on ones, it's like a 15-play war. I mean, you might not even finish the 15 plays. There've been times where we had to stop practice early because when you have like 3 fights in 3 plays or 6 fights in 3 plays, you can't run the play.
Yeah.
I mean, too much animosity, too much built up. Cancel practice, start it over. We done did that before. So, it's not like we don't love each other. It's just, I'm not going to let you, it's already the newspaper giving you the good effects, and we don't get the love that the offense get on paper, but we have to show you during the games. That's why we try to, do what we do as black shirts to keep the offense kind of quiet.
I was gonna say the only fight that I can remember from a Nebraska football, unfortunately, was the end of the career for Alfonso Dinner when he was going at it with Alshon Jeffrey. I know we've had him in studio and I talked to him about that one, but yeah, I think both those guys were thrown out at halftime. Nebraska ended up losing, but or maybe that was toward the end of the third.
We never had fights during the game. We've mastered the way of how to get you during the game.
Yeah.
Quick hit to the face mask. Get you up under the pile. Twist your legs. Punch you. Do everything we can under the pile.
That's right.
So when the ref what they can't see is what they can't do.
Yeah.
Can't get a flag thrown if just somebody telling you. So if I get you up under the pile and twist your ankle or punch you or just, just gnaw on, just do something vicious to you, then nobody has anything to say.
Yeah.
You definitely can't say anything because it's under the pile.
I know you definitely have the war stories of under the pile, too, that you've shared
It sounds like Vietnam up under it. Like a scary movie.
That's right.
Like a ghost walking down the hallway or something. All right, Bock, let's go to break. When we come back, we'll hit this big transfer portal news from the basketball team right here. We'll talk about this next. Bock in the Black Shirt, 93.7, The Ticket.
Seems like just the other day, I was building my first house. I've seen many changes to our building market in Lincoln. It's been a fun road.
Bob Benish is the founder and president of Aspen Builders, online at aspenbuildersinc.com.
We hear this a lot where I don't want to live in a cookie cutter home. Well, let's come up with some answers on what we're going to build, where we're going to build it, and what it's going to cost. One thing that we started doing early on was we started building neighborhoods. I'm a firm believer in character in your street and in your neighborhood. I like choice. I like variation. I like maybe something a little bit different in a neighborhood that you don't see in every neighborhood. I think it's great to have choices, its uniqueness, and I think that's what gives a neighborhood character. And I think that's what we've done over the years.
Make your dream home a reality and call Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at aspenbuildersinc.com. Your home is waiting at Aspen Builders.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. Spring is here. Summer is fast approaching. With weddings, vacations, and weekend getaways on your mind, do not let car issues prevent you from getting where you need to be. Car problems shouldn't be something that you put up with. Let us get you back on the road in comfort and safety. We diagnose all makes and models from Porsches to Hondas, Toyotas, and Chevrolets. We fix a variety of issues with all of them with our talented techs and our experienced staff. A1 Automotive at 11th and L, downtown Lincoln, always honest answers.
Hey, this is Jay Foreman, the host of Old School, 3 to 6 p.m. here at 93.7 The Ticket. And one of my favorite things to do is come down and meet all the fans before and after as they cheer on our beloved Huskers.
This message is brought to you by the Downtown Lincoln Association and 93.7 The Ticket.
Let's fly. Your next trip starts at Lincoln Airport with American Airlines. Now flying nonstop service to Dallas, Fort Worth, and Chicago. American Airlines connects Lincoln to major hubs and destinations around the globe. Wherever you're headed, LNK gets you there with new nonstop flights on American Airlines. Convenient, fast, and stress-free. Book your next flight at LincolnAirport.com. LNK, make flying easy.
Hey there, this is Paul Scheel, owner of High Electric. I want to thank our friends and loyal customers and introduce High Electric to those looking for a new electrician. We've been serving the Lincoln and Omaha area for over 30 years, from design to install, upgrades, and repair. If you are a homeowner or a small business needing some electrical work, call us at 402-466-6606 or check us out at hyelectric.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
This is Grant Wister. I played at Nebraska, and after football, I wanted to build something in Nebraska that I was genuinely proud of. Champ Roofing is that. We built the whole company around one idea: do the job right and treat people well. Roof replacements, inspections, gutters, siding, whatever you need, our team is going to show up, communicate with you, and handle it with real care. Nebraska homeowners deserve that. Visit us at champ-roofing.com or call 402-858-7449.
Graham Tire presents life's greatest adventures.
Okay, buddy, here we go. Just keep your eye on the ball. All right, just swing right through it. Yeah, good job. Way to go. Hey, run it out. Okay.
Great road trips start with great service. Graham Tire, your tire store next door, with 5 convenient Lincoln locations, getting you to the places that matter most.
Want to make the easy call? Call John Henry's. From leaky pipes to a broken AC, flickering lights to furnace fights, even drains and duct cleaning, we've got it handled. Plumbing, heating, air, and electrical, all under one trusted roof. Proudly serving homes across Lincoln, Omaha, and surrounding areas, and ready 24/7. Visit calljh.com or call John Henry's.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air.
And electrical.
John just tried Runza's new Jammin' Bacon Cheeseburger with its sweet heat bacon jam, pepper jack cheese, bacon, and cream cheese.
Whoa, this burger's like totally
What?
you know, boom, 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 boom.
Not sure I'm getting it.
It's totally jammin'.
Ah, I see. Well, don't jam with your mouth full. Try the Jammin' Bacon Cheeseburger. Because from the way we make it to the way it makes you feel, Runza makes it all better.
Spring sports are here and it's time to upgrade your equipment. But don't go rushing to your big box store. Play It Again Sports is your place to go for all spring sports equipment for baseball, softball, golf, and disc golf. Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And don't forget, buying from them is a great way to get new products with great discounts by also bringing in your used items for store credit or cash on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
It seems like just the other day, I was building my first house. I've seen many changes to our building market in Lincoln. It's been a fun road.
Bob Benish is the founder and president of Aspen Builders, online at aspenbuildersinc.com.
You know, we hear this a lot where I don't want to live in a cookie cutter home. Well, let's come up with some answers on what we're going to build, where we're going to build it, and what it's going to cost. One thing that we started doing early on was we started building neighborhoods. I'm a firm believer in character in your street and in your neighborhood. I like choice. I like variation. I like maybe something a little bit different in a neighborhood that you don't see in every neighborhood. I think it's great to have choices, its uniqueness, and I think that's what gives a neighborhood character. And I think that's what we've done over the years.
Make your dream home a reality and call Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at aspenbuildersinc.com. Your home is waiting at Aspen Builders.
You're listening to Bock and the Blackshirt on air and online at theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to Bock The Blackshirt here on 93.7 The Ticket. We are powered
by
Bauer.
Infrastructure.
Bauer.
Underground.
Barrett.
Excavating.
Shout out to the Bauer crews working hard throughout the Lincoln and Omaha areas. All right, Buck, for the Bock, third Husker from the basketball team has joined the portal, but I think this one is more bigger than anything. Let me try to say his name right. Don't say it.
All right.
Berkay Buchenchel.
Not bad. Berkay Buchenchel.
Berkay Buchenchel.
There you go. Yeah, you got it
Berkay
perfectly.
Buchenchel has entered the portal. 6'10" guy from Turkey.
Yeah.
Started 61 games the past 2 years for the Huskers. To make it even worse, Bob, he has a tattoo.
He does.
Of the record I think they've all had, and now he's gone.
Yeah. It doesn't take long. I mean, a tattoo. I was going to ask you about this. You got a few tattoos, don't you?
Yeah, I got 5.
Yeah, I was going to say for guys that, and he's a guy that has many tattoos. If you're somebody without, maybe you have 1 or 0 tattoos, then a tattoo is a big deal. But if you have plenty of them, it just kind of blends in. And certainly, regardless of what happens moving forward, it looks like he's entered the transfer portal, or he has entered the transfer portal. Looks like he's going to move on off of Nebraska. There was a hope, at least early on in the process, maybe among Nebraska fans, still can be there, that maybe he's just testing the water and they'd bring him back. He did release a statement here on Instagram that maybe sounded like it was going to be the end here. And now we heard kind of reports from Robin Washut that it's just kind of a difference in opinion, if you will, on the market value of Berkay. So,
tattoo with the 28-7.
Yeah, 28-7. But that's
anybody. That could be anything. That could be. I'm just saying.
Well, it's definitely the team's record, but just because he leaves,
I ate 24 cookies in 7 minutes. I mean, you never know.
It's a popular football score.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think it's fine for it to get. Especially in today's day and age, and that's where people are going to start to maybe disagree here. But what he did here at Nebraska has already been done. He already has a legacy here. Yes, he could have maybe expanded that by playing his senior year here in Lincoln. And a lot of people hoped that he would and wanted to see him here. But again, this is modern college basketball, modern college sports. There are various entities now trying to put it together a little bit better, limit the amount of transfers that you can do, all that sort of stuff. But as it is right now, and we talk about this with football all the time, it makes a lot of sense for guys to maybe try to get their market value. You try to at least talk with the team, see if you guys are on the same in the same arena as far as that number, and maybe something can be done. But again, appears to be that was not the case here. It is impactful for Nebraska. He was one of their starters, right? I mean, and especially a guy in the front court that Nebraska thought they were going to have coming back. Reek Mass obviously graduating out. We'll see what happens with Ugier Savicius. I mean, he's kind of injured. We'll see if he can kind of get over that injury. But Nebraska's going to have to get some of those guys now in the front court. Maybe Leo Curtis could step up and play a bigger role. I think that would be expected of him this upcoming year. But is he ready to start? Is he ready to kind of take on that kind of lion's share of playing time in the front court? Not necessarily sure on that. We'll have to wait and see. But this is just kind of with this move, Nebraska's going to have to add another target in the portal that they're going to have to go and get. It's honestly, I mean, Berke, what was so fun about him was his personality. I remember at certain times in the year kind of having blood on his jersey. He's diving for the ball. He's amping up the crowd every time he can. Certainly the big red hat he put on after some of the major victories just was a great personality on the team. And so, again, I think traditionally, 10, 20 years ago, it would have been a major surprise. And you would have said, man, it would have been a big frustration that he didn't end his career here at Nebraska. Now it's just kind of more of the same. Not that it wasn't a surprise, but still it's just kind of like, yeah, guys, that's a lot of guys are going to be doing that is testing their value in the transfer portal these days.
I asked the question, why? You're a great core of this team. You're one of the three guys that are going to make a comeback. You, Price, and Brendan Frager.
Yeah.
So, you got three of your five guys out of five guys coming back. You add a little bit more to it. How do you get value of yourself with this many basketball players out? And there's a lot of basketball players. Over 1,500 basketball players have joined the portal. And that's a lot. Let me see, can I bring this up right quick? I saved something yesterday that I thought was very interesting. I'm trying to see if I can get it up. Let me see.
I said, while you're looking for that, I can just say real quick too. I mean, he will be valued in the transfer portal. We can talk a little bit and maybe joke about his 3-point shooting percentages or this or that. But there's as many guys as there are in the portal. There's not a whole lot of 6'10" guys that started a bunch of games for, all the games for a Sweet 16 team. So I think you'll be able to find some value. Is he going to get the number that he wants, the top number?
Probably not.
Probably not.
No, not like the Illinois or the Purdue guys or some other guys that do it. But there are currently 2,901 players in the men's basketball transfer portal, opening up 14 hours ago.
Yeah, with only yesterday.
With only 5,600 Division I players total. More than half of the players is now in the portal. So out of 5,000 D1 players, half of them are in the portal.
Good luck going through film, everybody.
Yeah,
that's a lot.
Yeah, that's crazy. So, you look at that part and you got to say, man, what's really going on in sports? But we'll talk about that more, Bock. A couple more players I know who have entered the transfer portal. BYU star, BYU point guard has entered the portal. Rob Wright. He's I think he's a point guard.
Yeah.
He's entering the portal. So, a lot of great players going to enter the portal. Then who else you got, Bob? You got any names?
Well, there's a couple ones that are, I think, at the top. And again, I think Rob Wright would be one of those names that's going to be, a top 25 kind of guy in the portal. I don't think Berke is necessarily going to be that again, but I do think, with his size and experience, he's going to be able to get mostly what he wants out there. But it's just an interesting time. Of course, you're at places. I mean, for example, like North Carolina. I know they're going through a coaching change that obviously often brings, some transfer players coming and going. But they had 7 players from North Carolina, a brand like that. That's like an ultimate goal if you're a high schooler, is to get to that type of university. They had 7 players into the portal, not one averaging over 6.5 points per game. So it's not a huge hit to them, but it is as far as roster size. And so, as you were kind of stating earlier, there's a lot of names out there. Now, as far as the top names still, I think Flory Badunga of Kansas, who is reportedly looking for around $5 million next year to play, going to be the best center available on the market. So, that's a big name to look out for. John Blackwell, Nebraska fans luckily didn't see him too much up close and personal this past year, as Nebraska destroyed Wisconsin. But him, along with Nick Boyd, were actually carrying the Badgers this year in their late season resurgence. Of course, they did not do fare well in the tournament. But he will be a big time name out there in the portal, and maybe one to keep your eye on as far as Nebraska goes, just because we've already seen the Jamarcus Lawrence story of a guy going and coming back, is St. Thomas, Minnesota redshirt freshman Nick Janowski, former Husker himself, averaged 16.1 points and 5 rebounds this past season as part of the All Summit team in that league. So, maybe that could be something where he makes his way to Nebraska. But those are just a few of the names that I would look out for, or kind of the major names that I think so far in the portal.
All right, Bob. Michael Malone, newly hired coach of North Carolina, has a salary of $8.33 million, will make him the second highest paid coach in all of basketball.
Wow. It is very, big move. Obviously, they were going to have to pay him quite a bit of money to get it done. So it's not surprising, especially, when you are at a place, again, like in North Carolina, and that job being open, help some other guys get a little bit of extensions, the Tommy Lloyds of the world, right? And so helping them with their money. But yeah, Michael Malone's an NBA champion, a coach coming in, not a whole lot of college experience. Last time he, before jumping to the NBA was around 2001, his latest job in college being Manhattan. Nothing obviously close, and was an assistant there. Nothing as close as, being the head coach, but he's been the head coach with 2 NBA franchises, obviously very successful as an NBA champion there with the Denver Nuggets. So yeah, I think that makes sense with him coming in and coaching at a place like Carolina. Again, my question there is similar to what they have on the football side of things. Michael Malone, and part of the reason he was, left Denver, kind of button heads with his GM. They got rid of both of them. But personalities as well, maybe clashing with some of the Denver players. It's a different game, and you can be really good. You can look at Bill Belichick, obviously the best at the next level. Doesn't automatically mean you're going to have success walking in. Now, obviously, North Carolina football and North Carolina basketball, 2 very different things, but similar hires, if you will. And obviously, both of them, with their success at the next level, should come in demanding a high salary, but it's not going to guarantee any results.
Yeah, Bob, you're right about that. All right, Bob, Omaha gets to host the first and second round of March Madness next year. Creighton, they can't host it.
Oh, they can't be there.
They can't be there. But that don't stop the Huskers and the University of Omaha over there from Lincoln, whatever they call it over there.
Yeah, Omaha Mavs, yeah.
Yeah, the Mavericks. It don't stop us from being there. So hopefully we can get there next year. That'll be good. Then the next one is in Kansas City, then Indiana. So not far of a drive for us if we can get this Birkingale right and this transfer portal stuff. I don't need another player to leave. We already got 3 guys. I know Fred is a great coach. He can get what he needs out of the transfer portal thanks to the boosters and the money we receiving for that cause. But at the same time, I still want this team to flourish next year, so I don't want to lose most of this team.
Yeah, and it's interesting that Omaha has hosted before, so we've seen this as recently as I think 2024, a couple of years ago. So it's always cool. It's cool to be in.
You worked at one of those games, didn't you?
I don't think so. I've never been to a tournament game quite
You
yet.
worked at the College World Series?
I worked at College World Series, several
volleyball?
events, and volleyball. Yep, two of those in that arena, just not necessarily for basketball. But I'd be really interested in going just in general. Have not been. Of course, didn't we worked here. I stayed home. We sent some guys, but we this year for Nebraska. But whether Nebraska makes it or not, I think that'd be very cool for a lot of people. Again, that opportunity's been there several times. Hopefully, Nebraska does get in that region. But I'd be interested to see also kind of the thought process, because we saw, I guess, part of the idea to keep Creighton or home teams out of hosting those events is to not make it lopsided. I mean, you're supposed to play. We heard it this year from opposing coaches. These are supposed to be neutral site games. They did not feel like that with Nebraska fans rushing into Oklahoma City. So I wouldn't be surprised if they avoid putting Nebraska in the Omaha region. I hope not. Maybe they won't. But Nebraska fans would absolutely, obviously, take that over. And maybe that could be the goal. But either way, whether Nebraska's there or not, I'd like to stop in one of these years. And here's another opportunity to check out some March Madness action. Of course, it's a big day for us here, so wouldn't be surprised if I am working once again. And it's never bad to work down, especially at Buffalo Wings and Rings. Always fun when we go out there and cover March Madness games. But I'd like to make it to one of these, and Omaha will be very close if you're like me and haven't been yet.
Yeah, Bock, I haven't been yet. I haven't been to a tournament game, never.
Yeah.
So it'll be nice for me to get out and watch one. Also, baseball, softball, if we're able to host something here. So hopefully we keep our fingers crossed. We'll talk about that baseball later on in the show, Bock. They lost their first Big Ten game the other day. But let's go to break, and when we come back, we'll talk a little bit football. Is the NCAA changing the eligibility rule? We'll talk about that next on Bock the Blackshirt. We'll be right back.
Seems like just the other day, I was building my first house. I've seen many changes to our building market in Lincoln. It's been a fun road.
Bob Benish is the founder and president of Aspen Builders, online at aspenbuildersinc.com.
We hear this a lot where I don't want to live in a cookie cutter home. Well, let's come up with some answers on what we're going to build, where we're going to build it, and what it's going to cost. One thing that we started doing early on was we started building neighborhoods. I'm a firm believer in character in your street and in your neighborhood. I like choice. I like variation. I like maybe something a little bit different in a neighborhood that you don't see in every neighborhood. I think it's great to have choices, its uniqueness, and I think that's what gives a neighborhood character. And I think that's what we've done over the years.
Make your dream home a reality and call Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at aspenbuildersinc.com. Your home is waiting at Aspen Builders.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. Spring is here. Summer is fast approaching. With weddings, vacations, and weekend getaways on your mind, do not let car issues prevent you from getting where you need to be. Car problems shouldn't be something that you put up with. Let us get you back on the road in comfort and safety. We diagnose all makes and models from Porsches to Hondas, Toyotas, and Chevrolets. We fix a variety of issues with all of them with our talented techs and our experienced staff. A1 Automotive at 11th and L, downtown Lincoln, always honest answers.
Hey, this is Jay Foreman, the host of Old School, 3 to 6 p.m. here at 93.7 The Ticket. And one of my favorite things to do is come down and meet all the fans before and after as they cheer on our beloved Huskers.
This message is brought to you by the Downtown Lincoln Association and 93.7 The Ticket.
Let's fly. Your next trip starts at Lincoln Airport with American Airlines. Now flying nonstop service to Dallas, Fort Worth, and Chicago. American Airlines connects Lincoln to major hubs and destinations around the globe. Wherever you're headed, LNK gets you there with new nonstop flights on American Airlines. Convenient, fast, and stress-free. Book your next flight at LincolnAirport.com. LNK, make flying easy.
Hey there, this is Paul Scheel, owner of High Electric. I want to thank our friends and loyal customers and introduce High Electric to those looking for a new electrician. We've been serving the Lincoln and Omaha area for over 30 years, from design to install, upgrades, and repair. If you are a homeowner or a small business needing some electrical work, call us at 402-466-6606 or check us out at hyelectric.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
This is Grant Wister. I played at Nebraska, and after football, I wanted to build something in Nebraska that I was genuinely proud of. Champ Roofing is that. We built the whole company around one idea: do the job right and treat people well. Roof replacements, inspections, gutters, siding, whatever you need, our team is going to show up, communicate with you, and handle it with real care. Nebraska homeowners deserve that. Visit us at champ-roofing.com or call 402-858-7449.
Graham Tire presents life's greatest adventures.
Okay, buddy, here we go. Just keep your eye on the ball. All right, just swing right through it. Yeah, good job. Way to go. Hey, run it out. Okay.
Great road trips start with great service. Graham Tire, your tire store next door, with 5 convenient Lincoln locations, getting you to the places that matter most.
Want to make the easy call? Call John Henry's. From leaky pipes to a broken AC, flickering lights to furnace fights, even drains and duct cleaning, we've got it handled. Plumbing, heating, air, and electrical, all under one trusted roof. Proudly serving homes across Lincoln, Omaha, and surrounding areas, and ready 24/7. Visit calljh.com or call
John Henry's.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air.
and electrical.
John just tried Runza's new Jammin' Bacon Cheeseburger with its sweet heat bacon jam, pepper jack cheese, bacon, and cream cheese.
Whoa, this burger's like totally.
What?
You know, boom, 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 boom.
Not sure I'm getting it.
It's totally jammin'.
Ah, I see. Well, don't jam with your mouth full. Try the Jammin' Bacon Cheeseburger. Because from the way we make it to the way it makes you feel, Runza makes it all better.
Spring sports are here and it's time to upgrade your equipment. But don't go rushing to your big box store. Play It Again Sports is your place to go for all spring sports equipment for baseball, softball, golf, and disc golf. Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And don't forget, buying from them is a great way to get new products with great discounts by also bringing in your used items for store credit or cash on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
You're listening to Bock the Blackshirt, on air and online at theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to Bock the Blackshirt here on 93.7 The Ticket. We are on Monday through Friday from 1 to 3. All right, Bock, look like the NCAA don't know what they want to do, Bock. They keep, I don't know who's in charge, but I think they was listening to me and you yesterday as we talked about the process of football and how it's going down, especially with transfer portals. Some reports have that 2009 would be the last year of the transfer portal, which I don't know about that part about it.
2009?
2029.
29, okay.
Yeah.
That's going
So they
backwards.
said 2029 would be the last year. That was some say, but the NCAA says when a person graduates from high school or their 19th birthday, they will have 5 years of college, Bob. Do you like that?
Yeah, there's, and from there, they say no waiver requests, no red shirts. So it would be eliminating kind of the red shirt. We've talked about the 5-for-5 rule that they're kind of zoning in on. I think it's fine. I mean, that's playing 5 years of ball as opposed to the 4 that we're used to. So, I kind of, for no other reason than that's what I know, might prefer 4 years. But for a lot of those guys, they did get 5 years. And whether you want to count games or how many games and how many snaps and all that sort of stuff, it would be easier, especially with rosters changing so much now, to at least get that kind of clarified. So that looks like the way that it's heading. It's at least exploring that move. And I think to a degree I would like it because, again, it would it would at least kind of prevent what you don't like. And what has been very interesting is, with the COVID year, especially is having 24, 25, 26 year olds playing college ball. So I don't necessarily have a problem with it. It would just be an adjustment. And I don't know what we would call it, right? I mean, you kind of go through, I suppose, true freshman year. Maybe you just call it that, and then kind of get into redshirt freshman year, but there's no redshirts anymore. So it'd just be, maybe two. So we'd have to have some kind of different terminology. Maybe you just kind of go super senior on the opposite end, but I don't want to call seniors, guys seniors that would be coming back. So it would be an adjustment on all our behalfs. But I think for all the different waiver requests and the random kind of randomness of whether those are going through or not, it could be good. Of course, anything the NCAA wants to do, the NCAA committee wants to do, it also has to make its way through the courts. So the biggest problem that they've had is obviously, even if they deny additional time for some of these players, is they continue suing until they get their way, basically.
But some of the these are orders directed. This is a executive order. So this is something the president has signed to go in effect. How much influence does the president and executive orders have on college sports when we talk about it? Because I think we're NCAA.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, it wasn't necessarily the route I thought that this would go. We've been saying it for years that that college football and college sports in general just kind of needs a commissioner that's going to make decisions based on the betterment of the sport and the parties involved, rather than, individually every kind of school trying to do their best to make the most money that they can. So I think that it could be there. I know that it's not necessarily just because the president says that it's going to happen, right? So it is still something that, I think executive orders kind of go through different kind of processes as well. So yeah, I don't think it's final, but it's definitely a big. I mean, I don't know if you could ask for, in politics aside, I'm talking about the position of of president of the United States, the leader of the free world, if you will. Chiming in on college football could probably has more influence than any other singular individual. But from what I understand, it's not necessarily going to be written in like marker right now of the past things that are making, but it is steps that they're trying to make.
Well, multiple lawyers who work with colleges and their athletes told ESPN they believe the judges would rule the president order to be unconstitutional and unenforceable if challenged in court. So there's another hurdle that that the president has to get through with, or try to get through, and that's going to be very impossible because we don't mix politics with football either way it goes. I know it needs a clear-cut understanding of what we're doing in college football, but if you want to tweak anything, tweak the pay. Do something about that. Give them a set market value for college quarterbacks, or market value for running backs, not to exceed this much, Bock. So I understand $1 million, but the $4, $5, $6 million range, that's unacceptable to me. I have no problem giving the college quarterback $1 million, but when it goes past that, then it gets kind of like, it's more like a franchise player. We need to get some kind of market value for things like that in college football.
Well, and again, it's all about fighting through the courts, and it's all a big mess because obviously these colleges are, the system's kind of just been grandfathered into what it was for the longest time, and now you could continue. But I mean, again, when you talk about guardrails and having it, and you could talk about stuff being unconstitutional, and you can't get away with opportunities and all this sort of stuff, is that the college, you can if you're an organized league, and that's what they need to do. Is be able to, and I don't know if it's a breakaway from the NCAA or what, but the NFL, we talk about salary caps. They're, we look at all the professional leagues across sports, they can cap what you can make, at least, in the league and in that sort of, with salary caps and all that sort of stuff, which I know you've been a proponent of before. So yeah, I mean, but it's just kind of sad that college sports is in such a big mess, and any decision that maybe wanted to be made by the NCAA is at least going to be challenged in the courts. And so it feels like it's a whiles away before they can kind of iron it out. But somebody needs to, and otherwise it is kind of in this still state of the wild, wild west. And, if you don't get your way, try to hire a lawyer. and so it is very interesting. I think maybe years down the line, this could be helpful, whether it's this specific, president or this specific, order that they're doing. It does seem to need more intervention than what the NCAA can handle, at least as far as their ability to battle in courts.
All right, Bock, let's go to break. And when we come back, we're going to talk Lincoln sports. We're going to talk Lincoln High School. How can we make Lincoln High School better? Because it starts with the Little League and it starts with middle school. So, Bock, we'll talk a little bit Lincoln football next when we come back. A little high school dedicated to the high school part, Bock. See if I can be a head coach in Lincoln somewhere.
There we go.
93.7 The Ticket. Bock in the Black Shirt. We'll be right back.
Nutrition Authority presents Fusion 30, an ultra premium protein ideal for anyone wanting to look, feel, and perform their best. Fusion 30 can only be found at Nutrition Authority. Stop in today for a free sample, visit with a certified nutritionist, and get better than internet pricing. For store info, visit mynutritionauthority.com.
Gentlemen, are you ready for something beyond the ordinary haircut? At Scissors and Scotch Lincoln, they blend your old school barber feel with your favorite watering hole. Sink into a comfy chair, unwind with a complimentary drink, and let their master barbers handle the rest. It's not just grooming, it's an experience. Whether you're prepping for a big meeting, needing to get cleaned up before family comes to town, or just need a little time to yourself, Scissors and Scotch Lincoln delivers sharp style every time. Book now at Scissors and Scotch in Lincoln, just south of 30th and Yankee Hill Road.
93.7 The Ticket is Lincoln's home for Kansas City Royals baseball in 2026. Catch all the action as Bobby Witt Jr., Salvador Perez, Vinny Pasquantino, and a pitching rotation led by Cole Reagans try to lead the Royals back to the postseason. That's Kansas City Royals baseball all summer long. On the air in Lincoln at 93.7 The Ticket.
Are you looking for a fresh new hangout spot? Let me tell you about Liquid Assets Sports Bar, where Mondays mean new weekly drink and food features. With 23 taps, a full lineup of cans and bottles, and 40 TVs blasting every sports package out there, you'll never worry about missing a play. Savor high-end spirits at their stylish top-shelf bar, enjoy a healthy menu, family-friendly atmosphere, and catch all of your favorite teams every day. Doors open daily at 11 a.m. Liquid Assets Sports Bar, located at 2755 Jamie Lane in South Lincoln.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to O Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Hey everyone, this is Austin Orman from Old School with Foreman and Orman, live from 1040 O Street in the heart of downtown Lincoln, weekdays from 3 to 6 p.m. My favorite thing about downtown Lincoln has to be the year-round energy. Downtown Lincoln never stops. It's easy to get to, has everything you could need or want in dining, entertainment, and retail, and of course it has Lincoln's best sports talk, proudly located in downtown Lincoln on the corner of 11th and O.
This message is brought to you by the Downtown Lincoln Association and 93.7 The Ticket.
Is your air conditioner ready for the hot weather ahead? Get it checked now before you really need it. Call Bryant now to schedule your spring air conditioning service check. No matter what brand equipment you have, Bryant's trained technicians will thoroughly clean, inspect, and test to make sure it's ready to cool efficiently when hot weather hits. Stay cool and comfortable with air conditioning services from Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. 467-1111 to schedule your AC check. Bryant, whatever it takes.
At DWE Generations, having a plan matters, especially when it comes to protecting what's most important. They work with individuals, families, and business owners to help make smart financial decisions that support life today and set the foundation for generations. David Darlington, Russell Walton, and Cody Eiler bring decades of experience, and their dedicated team provides follow-through, answering questions, explaining next steps, and staying connected as life evolves. DWE Generations, a generational wealth planning firm. DWE Generations is a marketing name for individuals doing business as representatives of Northwestern Mutual. Visit generations.nm.com or call 402-483-7871 and ask for David, Russell, or Cody.
Bauer Underground has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know that the best workers in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and a pedigree of success. They're offering top-notch benefits, a matching 401k, and a $600 per year clothing allowance. Bauer Underground, a family-friendly company with plenty of room for advancement. There are so many realtors in Lincoln and Omaha, but don't get overwhelmed by all the no-names, plus all the different companies. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Real Estate is your go-to option, whether buying or selling residential, luxury, leasing, investment properties, or commercial property, small or large. Ben's team offers decades of experience, unbeatable customer service, and promises to fully protect your interests throughout the entire transaction. Call 402-419-6309 for all your real estate needs. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group of BHHS Ambassador Real Estate.
You're listening to Bock and the Blackshirt, on air and online at theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to Bock and the Blackshirt here on 93.7 The Ticket. We're on Monday through Friday from 1 to 3. All right, y'all, I got a studio packed full of people in here, but first person is Irvin Swaney, former Nebraska Husker.
Yeah.
Still on the career breakup charts with 38, tied for 5th on NU punt block or pass breakup.
Yeah, pass breakup. Well, I'm on that chart.
All right. Irvin, we know each other good. We I consider you homeboys. We like family. Tell me a little something about you, and we're gonna pass it down the road.
Okay.
And then we'll just go from there.
Well, first of all, like you said, man, I'm a former Husker, man. Played back in the good old days, as we like to say. We're gonna bring those back, but right now, man, I'm here, Irvin Swaney, man, number 16, part of the 6716 Youth Sports Foundation that me and my brother founded right here. Looking to bring back to the youth of Lincoln, Nebraska and the surrounding areas, and make it affordable and very coachable for the players out here. And we're just looking to bring that atmosphere back and winning atmosphere mentality to these youth sports out here in Lincoln. Here beside me, man, I got my brother Rich. I'll let him introduce himself, but this is my partner in crime, man, my partner in business. We both got a dream, and we want to see that dream come true and make it better for these kids, but I'll let them go.
What's up, Radio World? I am Richard Harris. I am the owner of the IBEW Eagles, one of the owners of the 67 to 16 Youth Foundation. I'm from Mississippi, man. I came from a lot of football. Played football all through high school, went to Jackson State, played football there. And like my brother said over here, Sweeney, we just looking to start a affordable program, because it's a lot of programs around here that a lot of kids cannot afford. And, man, we just, wanted to start something different, to do something different. Our sponsorship dollars towards our team will go towards our team. Every sponsorship dollar we got will go on the team and the kids.
Coach?
All right. I'm Coach Jenkins. Been coaching youth here in this Lincoln area for over 30 plus years. Originally from Los Angeles, California. Came here for college and just kind of enjoyed the lifestyle, this environment, and decided to stay.
That's our ambassador, y'all. He been.
Yeah.
I don't know if
he the old school coach.
Oh, yeah.
He the one that still grab the face mask. Talk to you. Hey, this is what you gonna do when you get out here.
Oh, yeah.
Next.
Hi, guys. My name is Shamika. I am Richard's wife. I will be the secretary, the treasurer, and the nurse for 6716 Youth Sports Foundation. Just piggybacking off of what they said, it'll just be something for the community, for the kids, something to get them, out of the house, off the games, and into something within the community. So we're looking to build a family foundation, not just all about sports, but things to actually help the children.
Yeah. So one thing, Irvin, and y'all guys, I wanted to talk to y'all about, especially because the lack of support that once we get past youth, it gets lacked lacquer in high school, and especially in the Lincoln areas when you have kids who've really could have benefited for NIL, especially with the two kids that moved here from their hometowns, but are going to go to Millard South.
Yeah.
When you get bypassed, because they probably never thought about Lincoln in high school football wise, but I was wondering some ways how we can make Lincoln High School football better than what it was and keep most of the people, because you got good people here. You got Irvin here who's damn near, coach of the year in youth football the last couple of years. And then you got guys like I know it was a guy over there at what's that school?
Southwest?
Where
North Star?
North Star. You had some guys at North Star.
Yeah, you did. You have some former Huskies.
But and I would even, if a coach say, "Hey man, I need you 2-3 times a week, could you help me?" Yeah, I can help you. You just gotta ask.
Yeah.
So I don't want to put myself in a position where I'm stepping on toes and want to use the radio as my advantage to probably try to help get a coaching job. But I grew up in youth sports. My dad was the president of Eastway in Georgia, where I grew up at. We had probably 7-8 teams.
Said Eastway, Georgia?
Eastway Cherokees.
Okay.
It's with Edgewood in Columbus, Georgia. But I played there since I was 5 to 12, 13.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So and then I went back and helped my dad because my dad was the president, and he had the best concession stand in the South.
Oh
making pork chop sandwiches.
Oh, okay.
But I always try to want to see Lincoln succeed before anybody, because this is the mecca of Nebraska football right here. And we always see that people run to Omaha and do different things.
Facts. So you're right, man. That's exactly what we're trying to do. We're trying to bring that athleticism and bring it out to kids that are here locally. We're really trying to surround them with a great support and coaching staff. A lot of our coaches pretty much all of our coaches are trained, experienced coaches. They've been coaching for a little time right now. We're also looking in to bring in some of the former athletes that we've coached back in the day and bringing them into coaching too as well. But we're definitely looking to seek the athletes that are here locally in Lincoln and giving them that proper coaching and talent and training and getting them able and ready to go to play in high school, to become a better prospect in high school, so we can get more recruiting out of Lincoln going towards these colleges, even these out of states, but in state mainly. We need these guys to be flourished. And I think it just comes with more programs. There's other programs out there that started as well, big up to those programs. But we also want to be a program to come in and help solidify that and help these youth get to a better place, man. And that's what this is all about, if y'all want to chime on that, making them more.
Yeah, but see, the thing is, I always said this, man, anybody can call themselves a coach. Anybody can. It's not hard to call yourself a coach, but can you be a mentor? And that's the problem I see, not just here in Lincoln, man, everywhere. A lot of these kids, they don't have good mentors out there on the field. If I call myself a coach, I just can't be focusing on football, because as we know, a lot of kids are not going to go past high school and play football. A lot of kids are going to go to college and play football, and that's it. But if I mentor this kid, put my hand on this kid and teach him other things other than, just about football, football, it taught me a lot.
Yeah.
It taught me structure. And I also had one coach that, and he put his hand out there for me. He went to the edge for me. He had my back no matter what. And that's what I love about our organization is, and me and my brother Sweeney, we made sure that if we started this, me and him was on the same page. We're not different. We're on the same page. We all want to help these kids. We want to mentor these kids, the number one thing. And if they want to go further in football, we're going to push them. And we just want to learn.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's talk about IBEW.
Yeah.
So what do they mean to y'all?
I worked at the IBEW. I'm a journeyman electrician. They moved me here to Mississippi, from Mississippi to here. And I've been doing electrical work for a very long time. And long story short, I can say they told me whatever I wanted to start, I could start it, because I was in good standards with them. And they believed in me. I came down here and did a lot of outstanding work for them. And so, I mean, I had to be that good. They moved me here, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, they told me whatever I wanted to get started, man, they'll be the number one sponsor.
All right, Bob, you got any questions?
Yeah, just to kind of recap here a little bit is 6716 Youth Sports Foundation. What ages are we looking at here?
So our age group, we're looking from 10U, 12U, and 14U is our start out, meaning that if you're 9 years old, you can come play with our 10U. 11 and 12 play together, 13 and 14. What we want to do is start from that 9-year-old group and build them up and grow all the way till they reach to the high school level, like you mentioned.
I'll tell them about the red shirts.
Red shirts meaning that you could be 8 and come out and get some training and go out there and get ready to play for that 9U and 10U team. So if you got an 8-year-old and they're eager and they want to come out here and learn and train, practice wise,
practice roster players.
Yeah, practice roster players. And like you say, we could go call them red shirts. And Richard came up with that, which was a clever deal. We put them in red shirts and so you'll know who they are and stuff, and you'll see, and they'll get that learning right away. They'll get that training right away and be on path for what we're trying to do. So yeah, man, that's exactly what it is. But you said what that 67 means. So it stimulates, like I say, Richard wore number 67 in high school and college. And of course I wore number 16 in college, national championship, man. It comes with it, man. We play with the best. I learned from the best. Coach Osborne, one of the greats, recruited me and the last of his recruits. Learned upon the best, like I say, and I'm trying to bring that back. We're trying to bring that same mentality back to these youth and these sports around Lincoln, man. And that's exactly what we're trying to do. Our foundation is like sponsorship. It's very important, man. Y'all, we're looking for sponsorship. We're a 501c nonprofit. We got, like I say, we got sponsors right now that's rolling in, that's looking to help sponsor, because we're trying to make our program pretty much 100% affordable to where no kid has to pay. Right now, with the IBEW sponsorship and a couple of more sponsors that's coming on, we're able to sponsor at least 50% of our kids right now. So that means for every paying kid, there's a sponsored kid. And that's one of our main goals, the reason why we came up with this. We want to, like I say, eventually with more sponsorship dollars, we want to make it 100% free to where everything is paid for.
So is this more like we're traveling?
Our 707 will be traveling. Right now, we're looking to create our tackle league to play in the Omaha League. And the LYF, eventually, we'll probably get a team in the future to probably go play over there in the LYF League. But the difference between the LYF League and going playing against the other surrounding counties is that the LYF League, you have to be restricted to your district.
Yeah.
So we're trying to get the kids from all over, put them together and form a team and go compete against these surrounding areas. Also kids, teams in Lincoln as well. But all the surrounding counties, Elkhorn, Omaha, all around those areas that formulates teams.
Like the Malone
Malone does that. You're
Okay.
right. Malone does that.
I was kind of wondering because I was thinking like that. But anything else?
What are we looking at as far as, if there's a kid out there or a parent that wants to get their kid involved? How do they do so? What's the time of the season?
Right now, let us let y'all know we got tryouts this Sunday here, 3 to 5 in the back of Colored Middle School. From every Sunday after that, you can come from 3 to 5, and we'll be training you, working you out. You'll be getting acclimated with our system until we get together and formulate a nice team and see what we got, and then we'll schedule more practice times and days. But right now, this weekend, Sunday, Colored Middle School, 5201 Vine Street. Come check us out. Come out there. We got hamburgers and hot dogs, drinks. That's just what we'll provide through our youth foundation. But come out and check us out, man. And we're gonna go from there. Sign up. We'll have Miss Shamika out there to be out there with our sign-up sheets and our waivers and things of that nature. You can get signed up there. Ask about our sponsorship program. Ask about our payment plan, because we want to make this foundation affordable. Okay, so. And the prices that you see are strictly what it costs for a kid to suit up. For tackle, $329. That covers all equipment, all the uniform and everything. That is the cost for their uniform. So that's what it costs to get you to come out and play. It don't cost you extra for our coaches, and it don't cost you extra for that. We create a system that helps stipends our staff, that helps with that gas money, it helps with those people. So because there's a supporting cast that we need. So we create a system that has that already funded. So you don't have to pay for that. That's why we need more sponsors. We want more sponsors to contribute. We got a sponsorship package that's all the way from $25 t-shirt all the way to a platinum package that's $10,000. Okay. We already got a platinum sponsor. We already got a silver sponsor. We got 5 more platinum, 6 more sponsors looking to sponsor us now that we're in communication with right now. So we're looking for the funders. We're looking for people to help fund this organization and know where your funds are going. You look on our website, you see our summary, you see our mission. It shows you. We have a breakdown of where your funds will be going and where those funds will be spent. It's all there, you know. So, hey, this is a great organization, man. We're looking to further this. We're looking to bring younger youth to further us when we gone, to help them to continue this program. We're looking to reach out to some of the former athletes and Husker players of all kinds and sorts to come out and be a part of this program. We're looking to build something special, y'all. We also got plans for saving those funds to be able to get our own facility to where we'll have an indoor-outdoor football facility here in Lincoln, specifically for that sport. We don't really have that here. You can go to Omaha, you can play in facility, you can play on the field. We don't have that here. We're looking to do that through the 6716 Youth Sports Foundation. All that things is going to help make these athletes great, give them the opportunity and the resources to become great. So all that in a nutshell.
And another thing to piggyback off what he said, we will have a sign because our practice area, you have to know when you're kind of going. And like me, I'm still new here in Lincoln. I'm still learning. So we will have a sign that's that will be posted, giving you direction how to get back there to the practice.
All right. Sounds great to me, man. Thank y'all for coming, man.
Appreciate it.
And like I say, man, anytime you want to voice yourself, man, just give me a holler and we'll keep in contact.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Can I say one more thing, man? And another thing, I want to bring this to the light too. Sweeney have been a great mentor to me, and Charles over here, that he has been one heck of a mentor to me. I remember when I first started coaching, they came together and they kind of molded me. You know, Charles pulled me to the side, told me, Richard, you can't say this. You gotta say it like this. Certain kids, they wasn't raised like us. Sweeney did the same thing. So these two guys right here, man, they really taught me a lot. And my wife over there, she is a great support system for me too as well. You know, I feel like every man gotta have that to, to go far. You know, so.
All right, well, let's go to break, Bock, and when we come back, we'll talk more sports here on 93.7 The Ticket.
Nutrition Authority presents Fusion 30, an ultra premium protein ideal for anyone wanting to look, feel, and perform their best. Fusion 30 can only be found at Nutrition Authority. Stop in today for a free sample, visit with a certified nutritionist, and get better than internet pricing. For store info, visit mynutritionauthority.com.
Gentlemen, are you ready for something beyond the ordinary haircut? At Scissors and Scotch Lincoln, they blend your old school barber feel with your favorite watering hole. Sink into a comfy chair, unwind with a complimentary drink, and let their master barbers handle the rest. It's not just grooming, it's an experience. Whether you're prepping for a big meeting, needing to get cleaned up before family comes to town, or just need a little time to yourself, Scissors and Scotch Lincoln delivers sharp style every time. Book now at Scissors and Scotch in Lincoln, just south of 30th and Yankee Hill Road.
93.7 The Ticket is Lincoln's home for Kansas City Royals baseball in 2026. Catch all the action as Bobby Witt Jr., Salvador Perez, Vinny Pasquantino, and a pitching rotation led by Cole Reagans try to lead the Royals back to the postseason. That's Kansas City Royals baseball all summer long. On the air in Lincoln at 93.7 The Ticket.
Are you looking for a fresh new hangout spot? Let me tell you about Liquid Asset Sports Bar, where Mondays mean new weekly drink and food features. With 23 taps, a full lineup of cans and bottles, and 40 TVs blasting every sports package out there, you'll never worry about missing a play. Savor high-end spirits at their stylish top-shelf bar, enjoy a healthy menu, family-friendly atmosphere, and catch all of your favorite teams every day. Doors open daily at 11 a.m. Liquid Asset Sports Bar, located at 2755 Jamie Lane in South Lincoln.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Hey everyone, this is Austin Orman from Old School with Foreman and Orman, live from 1040 O Street in the heart of downtown Lincoln, weekdays from 3 to 6 p.m. My favorite thing about downtown Lincoln has to be the year-round energy. Downtown Lincoln never stops. It's easy to get to, has everything you could need or want in dining, entertainment, and retail, and of course it has Lincoln's best sports talk, proudly located in downtown Lincoln on the corner of 11th and O.
This message is brought to you by the Downtown Lincoln Association and 93.7 The Ticket.
Is your air conditioner ready for the hot weather ahead? Get it checked now before you really need it. Call Bryant now to schedule your spring air conditioning service check. No matter what brand equipment you have, Bryant's trained technicians will thoroughly clean, inspect, and test to make sure it's ready to cool efficiently when hot weather hits. Stay cool and comfortable with air conditioning services from Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. 467-1111 to schedule your AC check. Bryant, whatever it takes.
At DWE Generations, having a plan matters, especially when it comes to protecting what's most important. They work with individuals, families, and business owners to help make smart financial decisions that support life today and set the foundation for generations. David Darlington, Russell Walton, and Cody Eiler bring decades of experience, and their dedicated team provides follow-through, answering questions, explaining next steps, and staying connected as life evolves. DWE Generations, a generational wealth planning firm. DWE Generations is a marketing name for individuals doing business as representatives of Northwestern Mutual. Visit generations.nm.com or call 402-483-7871 and ask for David, Russell, or Cody.
Bauer Underground has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know that the best workers in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and a pedigree of success. They're offering top-notch benefits, a matching 401k, and a $600 per year clothing allowance. Bauer Underground, a family-friendly company with plenty of room for advancement. There are so many realtors in Lincoln and Omaha, but don't get overwhelmed by all the no-names, plus all the different companies. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Real Estate is your go-to option, whether buying or selling residential, luxury, leasing, investment properties, or commercial property, small or large. Ben's team offers decades of experience, unbeatable customer service, and promises to fully protect your interests throughout the entire transaction. Call 402-419-6309 for all your real estate needs. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group of BHHS Ambassador Real Estate.
You're listening to Bock and the Blackshirt, on air and online at theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to Bock The Blackshirt here on 93.7 The Ticket. We're on Monday through Friday from 1 to 3. Bock, guess what I'm looking at?
What are you looking at?
I'm looking at the Big Ten Media Day for football that starts in Chicago Tuesday, July 28th. You want to hear the first?
I want to hear
the first session of the team.
I want to hear all about it. Yeah.
Illinois, Iowa, Penn State, Rutgers, Southern Cal, and Wisconsin on the first day.
That's a jam-packed day.
That's a good day. You want to hear the second day?
The second day.
The second day, Wednesday, July 29th, it is Michigan State, Minnesota, Ohio State, Oregon, Purdue, and UCLA.
That's a heck of a day as well.
You want to hear the third day,
I'm still waiting to hear a third team.
Here we go, Bob. We have the defending national champions, Indiana.
Whoa.
We have Maryland Terrapins. We have Michigan. We have the Northwestern, whatever they are.
Wildcats.
Chip
Kelly's.
We have
Chip
the
Kelly's.
Washington Huskies and your Go Big Red. They'll be there on the third day on July 30th, Bob. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday in Chicago.
Yes, a little bit
The
different than
28th,
Vegas.
29th, and the 30th.
Definitely looking forward to it. Of course, we always send out our folks out there. You've been to these Big Ten Media Days before. It's a lot
Hopefully
of fun.
I make it back this year. I need to start putting in work and tell them, hey, look, if you want to make the Big Ten Media Day great, you got to take T. Farley.
There you go. Yeah. Put in a request.
Yeah.
See if you can get down there. It'll be a lot of fun, as it always is. And again, this time from Chicago. So moving it back more into kind of the Big Ten footprint, if you will, after stopping there in Vegas. I don't know if that was
Chicago midway for everybody. Do you think Chicago's midway for everybody? I think so.
Good enough, yeah.
Good enough.
Yeah.
It's still because Vegas is still a long way.
Yeah.
If you look at Vegas,
especially for like a Rutgers.
Only place is good for Vegas. It'll be UCLA, USC, and Oregon. They're the quickest ones to get to Vegas. Probably Nebraska, Minnesota, and that's probably it.
Yeah. No, I think Chicago's probably the best place to do it. I'm glad they're going back. Of course, they've done it from Indy before. They'll continue to probably rotate it and get, so everybody kind of gets their opportunity. But it will be exciting. I think I was kind of talking with Austin about it too. It's interesting to see if the approach for Nebraska, because that Big Ten Media Day, it's kind of like the State of the Union address, right? For your own team. You're able to kind of launch the expectations, the excitement and all that around the sport, of course, for your team being about a month away from playing at that time. And I wonder, because Nebraska's kind of had a quiet offseason, if they will continue that approach at Big Ten Media Day, or if they will kind of launch and get us all drinking the Kool-Aid with, all this sort of stuff. And part of that is just, who's going to go there and who are you going to bring? And Nebraska will have to make the decision. Of course, plenty of time to make that decision now. But I'm interested in the approach overall about whether Nebraska wants to kind of go in with kind of business mentality, or if they're looking to kind of get some headlines while they're out there in Chicago. We'll have to see. But it'll be fun. I love Big Ten Media Days. It kind of launches your, okay, football is close. We're just around the corner here. Of course, all SEC Media Days are a big deal as well. But with the Big Ten now winning 3 straight national titles, this is the media days for college football, I would say. So it'll be a lot of fun. Can't wait for it and to get into college football talks once we get there. So we'll have to wait and see. Who do you think's going to Big Ten Media Day this year? It's very early. That's the only surprise about all this is we're still 2 months away.
Jake Sorensen.
No, not from the ticket.
Oh.
From from the Huskers. They usually choose 3 representatives or so. Does it have to be quarterback?
Quarterback, probably a lineman.
Somebody on defense.
I don't know who on defense, because it's like, are you sending the new guys who if anything, I would it's hard.
Yeah.
Cam Linhart.
Could be. He's a senior. Andrew Marshall's a senior.
Probably, hopefully Vincent Shavers.
He's a junior, upperclassman.
Been here for 2 years.
Yeah.
So, I want to keep guys that's been here, like really just seeing guys who really know the Nebraska way. Not saying anything bad about transfers, but I want to give way to a guy who's been here a couple of years and knows how to represent. Not saying the new guys don't know how to represent Nebraska, but they're still new to Nebraska.
Yeah, and again, I think a big part of that is: are you going to bring the quarterback? Are you going to bring Anthony Calandria?
You always got to bring a quarterback, don't you think so?
More often than not. That doesn't happen every year, but I think that they probably should, especially with how much they talk about kind of his presence and obviously defending Mountain West Conference Offensive Player of the Year. Not going to be able to defend that, but the reigning, I should say, Offensive Player of the Year. So, even though it wasn't done at Nebraska, I think that's enough under his belt. And whether you like it or not, as far as, kind of representing the Huskers, that's part of being the quarterback. And that's why you kind of brought that up right away. So I do think that would be a good one. Austin was talking about Justin Evans. That'd probably be a name that's been around quite a bit.
I think he was there last year, wasn't he?
I think so. I think maybe he did make that. I have to go back and look. Elijah Pritchett would be a senior that maybe you could bring there as well. If you're looking for some flash, of course, you got some wide receivers, but I think out of the pass catching group, Luke Lindenmeyer, who is a senior, would probably be one of the lead names to look out for there. And again, there's plenty of time for them to make this decision. But it is kind of interesting to see every year who they choose to represent Nebraska. And, are you taking guys that are a little bit more talkative? Are you taking guys that are soft-spoken, leadership, looking for headlines, all that sort of stuff? That's why, I was surprised years ago. I remember when I called it this kind of the State of the Union address for your program, when Frost went there, didn't really have anything to say. It's like, well, this is your opportunity to sell the program. I don't think Matt Rule will be in that same conversation. Of course, there's always room for entertainment and just interest in general. The Deshaun Foster, talk from his introduction a few years ago is one that we're not going to soon forget. He kind of had to was trying to explain to everybody where Los Angeles was. And, you keep in mind, you're talking to a contingent of Big Ten Media Day who probably didn't miss the news that the Big Ten had engulfed part of the Pac-12 at the time. So I always thought that was funny. But yeah, I mean, there'll always be kind of something coming out of Big Ten Media Day at large, and then something for Nebraska fans to maybe hang their hat on.
Yeah. Anything else, Bob?
Not necessarily. The other name I'd throw out there, though, coming off injury, might not make it, but Janarian Bonner would be another interesting name that I think could get an opportunity to go there.
Yeah, I like Bonner.
Yeah.
I think getting him back is probably going to be one of the, I think more help at the tight end spot. I mean, he's little for a tight end, but he blocks well. He catches well. He could be like that fourth wideout type of guy.
Yeah, it's interesting.
That fifth wideout. Like if you're going to go, you can go your top four and have him on the line and then just slightly sneak out, bubble screen, stuff like that. Not the little 1 yard flares we keep throwing.
Yeah, you don't like those.
He has to do a 5 and out.
Yeah.
So
well, and I think him, and I think maybe a little bit more of a receiving threat, though. I wish they would have thrown it a little bit. But a guy we've had in studio here before used to have a show, Chancellor Brewington.
Yeah.
Maybe that type of role. Again, I think maybe depending. Well, I should say definitely depending on the wide receiver rotation, because when you say fifth or sixth, yes, but there's going to be competition for that fifth and sixth. Of course, we know Isaiah Hunter and Quasi Gilmer and Ja'Cory Barney are probably going to be leading that. But between Quinn Clark and Cortez Mills and Keelan Smith and Jeremiah Jones and probably some names I'm forgetting, they're going to be competing with Bonner for more of those passes thrown his direction. So we'll have to wait and see. But I do think that is, and it was something that kind of stuck out to me. I know it was a big injury. Their first game, obviously, against Cincinnati there at Arrowhead when it happened. You could tell it was bad. But I was, I knew, and they call him Wood. I knew he was going to be part of the offense, but Dana Holgerson, I remember at one point said he was going to be a big part of the offense. So I'm interested to see how much of a part of the offense he will be indeed this year coming off injury.
Yeah, Bach, it'll be great to see this kid make a miraculous comeback and then put up some numbers with it. So we'll just have to see. Bach, it's the time of the year, the Masters.
The Masters.
Only thing I like about golf is just how green the grass is. That's it. That's it. I don't watch it. Sometimes I might want to sit and watch a miracle shot or a shot that you might just catch just by glancing at it. But I'm not going to sit down and watch a guy swing a stick or a pole or whatever it is, a puck, for 3 hours, 6 hours sometimes.
Yeah, it's not everybody's favorite sport, but it's a lot of people's favorite sport. And the Masters obviously a big deal.
I have to get up and do things. I want to walk around the house. I don't have time to look at golf.
Hey, I don't blame you. I'm not the resident golf expert here at 93.7 The Ticket. I'm not as much as a golf fan, certainly, as some of our other guys, like kind of Jake Sorensen maybe leading the group there. But it is a big deal, like you said, at Augusta here. Unfortunately, though, too, part of the headlines, I don't know if Tiger was going to be in this one way or the other. But with his most recent kind of off the greens storylines, it might kind of be dominating golf as of recent. So it's good to get a good time, I should say, to kind of get this up and rolling. Like you said, I think officially starts tomorrow. So I think they've got some sort of
practice
competition now. Yeah, but officially
practice.
starting tomorrow.
Yeah, I just like the grass.
Do you like putt golf?
Nah,
not a big
I
fan
like
of
golf,
putt-putt.
but if it was shorter, let's say 6 holes.
Yeah,
instead of 9.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
Buck,
18,
it takes what, 3 hours just to do 9?
It can, yeah,
It can. On a packed course.
Yeah.
So we need to knock it down to a more like a 2.5 hour, 2 hour golfing thing.
Well, you can. You can choose to. Well, I guess you're talking about 9 anyway. I was gonna say you can always play half.
Yeah, we can. You do this. You do half. I do even. You know.
Yeah.
You do the 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. I'll do the 2, 4, 6, 8.
But that takes away from the competition. You want to do better.
Well,
than the opponent, right?
Still a long sport, Bob.
It is. It's definitely long. It's not everybody's cup of tea. But it is. It's definitely interesting. Have you golfed? How many times have you golfed in your life?
Probably 4.
Yeah, I'm probably in the same category. Yeah, just and maybe as we get older and less mobile, maybe a lot of people kind of trend toward golf. Of course, it's become a younger sport in general. But yeah, not necessarily, and not something that I'm particularly good at.
Yeah, I know. Baseball update. Bottom of the 8th. Kansas City 2, Cleveland 5. Other baseball news: Milwaukee 0. Your Boston Red Sox 3.
Yes.
At the top of the 7th.
Get a win streak going.
Baltimore 2, Chicago White Sox 2 in the bottom of the 5th. Seattle and Texas are 0-0 at the end of the 4th. LA Toronto 0-0, second inning. Houston, Colorado. Colorado 1-0 on Houston, top of the 2nd. My Atlanta Braves play later on, 3:07 against the Los Angeles Angels again. So
we're going to see some more dust ups, you think, today?
If they want some, we ready. We ain't never scared.
There you go.
We like Bone Crusher, Bach. We're never scared.
Well, it's beautiful. A lot of day baseball today. Yeah, so it's good to update those games.
All right, Bach. The Texans has exercised the 2027 fifth-year option for quarterback C.J. Stroud and all-pro defensive end Will Anderson Jr. Stroud will make $25.9 million this year, and Anderson will receive $21.5 in 2027. The salaries are fully guaranteed, Bob.
Yeah, of course, a huge draft there a couple of years ago. We'll have to see where they go. I mean, after his rookie season, it looked like C.J. Stroud was going to take over the league. Hasn't necessarily turned into that the last couple of years. They've been a competitive team, don't get me wrong. But obviously, still way past the level of even considering this. If you got a quarterback the level of C.J. Stroud's productivity so far, you're going to stick with him. And of course, Will Anderson has been pretty good there too. Of course, came into that draft as one of the best players. A lot of people thought to be the best defensive player in the draft, and 30 sacks now throughout his first 3 seasons. So not surprising to see him get picked up there as well. I believe you might have mentioned that both have been Pro Bowlers in Houston, and Anderson was an All-Pro selection this past season. So very good start and just pillars of their franchise moving forward. I do have to update, and I don't know if you saw this, but the Falcons lost their starting right tackle today, who decided to retire, and Caleb McGarry. He did miss last year as well due to injury, suffered in the final day of training camp. But if they maybe were expecting him to come back, that appears to be put to bed.
All right, Bach, let's go to break. And when we come back, we'll do a couple of more sports takes here, and then we'll let way for Austin Allman and Jay Foreman here on the 93.7 The Ticket.
Seems like just the other day, I was building my first house. I've seen many changes to our building market in Lincoln. It's been a fun road.
Bob Benish is the founder and president of Aspen Builders, online at aspenbuildersinc.com.
We hear this a lot where I don't want to live in a cookie cutter home. Well, let's come up with some answers on what we're going to build, where we're going to build it, and what it's going to cost. One thing that we started doing early on was we started building neighborhoods. I'm a firm believer in character in your street and in your neighborhood. I like choice. I like variation. I like maybe something a little bit different in a neighborhood that you don't see in every neighborhood. I think it's great to have choices, its uniqueness, and I think that's what gives a neighborhood character. And I think that's what we've done over the years.
Make your dream home a reality and call Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at aspenbuildersinc.com. Your home is waiting at Aspen Builders.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. Spring is here. Summer is fast approaching. With weddings, vacations, and weekend getaways on your mind, do not let car issues prevent you from getting where you need to be. Car problems shouldn't be something that you put up with. Let us get you back on the road in comfort and safety. We diagnose all makes and models from Porsches to Hondas, Toyotas, and Chevrolets. We fix a variety of issues with all of them with our talented techs and our experienced staff. A1 Automotive at 11th and L, downtown Lincoln, always honest answers.
Hey, this is Jay Foreman, the host of Old School, 3 to 6 p.m. here at 93.7 The Ticket. And one of my favorite things to do is come down and meet all the fans before and after as they cheer on our beloved Huskers.
This message is brought to you by the Downtown Lincoln Association and 93.7 The Ticket.
Let's fly. Your next trip starts at Lincoln Airport with American Airlines. Now flying nonstop service to Dallas, Fort Worth, and Chicago. American Airlines connects Lincoln to major hubs and destinations around the globe. Wherever you're headed, LNK gets you there with new nonstop flights on American Airlines. Now boarding. Convenient, fast, and stress-free. Book your next flight at LincolnAirport.com. LNK, make flying easy.
Hey there, this is Paul Scheel, owner of High Electric. I want to thank our friends and loyal customers and introduce High Electric to those looking for a new electrician. We've been serving the Lincoln and Omaha area for over 30 years, from design to install, upgrades, and repair. If you are a homeowner or a small business needing some electrical work, call us at 402-466-6606 or check us out at hyelectric.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
This is Grant Wister. I played at Nebraska, and after football, I wanted to build something in Nebraska that I was genuinely proud of. Champ Roofing is that. We built the whole company around one idea: do the job right and treat people well. Roof replacements, inspections, gutters, siding, whatever you need, our team is going to show up, communicate with you, and handle it with real care. Nebraska homeowners deserve that. Visit us at champ-roofing.com or call 402-858-7449.
Graham Tire presents life's greatest adventures.
Okay, buddy, here we go. Just keep your eye on the ball. All right, just swing right through it. Yeah, good job. Way to go. Hey, run it out. Okay.
Great road trips start with great service. Graham Tire, your tire store next door, with 5 convenient Lincoln locations, getting you to the places that matter most.
Want to make the easy call? Call John Henry's. From leaky pipes to a broken AC, flickering lights to furnace fights, even drains and duct cleaning, we've got it handled. Plumbing, heating, air, and electrical, all under one trusted roof. Proudly serving homes across Lincoln, Omaha, and surrounding areas, and ready 24/7. Visit calljh.com or call John Henry's.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air.
And electrical.
John just tried Runza's new Jammin' Bacon Cheeseburger with its sweet heat bacon jam, pepper jack cheese, bacon, and cream cheese.
Whoa, this burger's like totally
What?
you know, boom, 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 boom.
Not sure I'm getting it.
It's totally jammin'.
Ah, I see. Well, don't jam with your mouth full. Try the Jammin' Bacon Cheeseburger. Because from the way we make it to the way it makes you feel, Runza makes it all better.
Spring sports are here and it's time to upgrade your equipment. But don't go rushing to your big box store. Play It Again Sports is your place to go for all spring sports equipment for baseball, softball, golf, and disc golf. Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And don't forget, buying from them is a great way to get new products with great discounts by also bringing in your used items for store credit or cash on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
You're listening to Bock and the Blackshirt, on air and online at theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to 93.7 The Ticket. It is Bock in the Blackshirt, closing it out for the final hour. Bock, you know, there's certain things I do, but what Kenny did is unacceptable.
What's that now?
He's posting stuff. Bock, do we post it? Now that's bragging, Bock. That's bragging. Yeah, I'll always say, humble yourself, Terrell. Humble yourself. And this guy went on X with it.
That's right. He did make a post about winning the Bock the Blackshirt little challenge we had here for the NCAA tournament.
So just guess what? Just guess what?
What?
Next year when I beat y'all down every week,
oh yeah,
I'm gonna post it every
You're
week.
posting it, yeah.
Every week.
Well,
every
you need
week.
receipts, yeah. You need to make sure you remember that.
My
yeah.
receipts are always my receipt is still on the board, Bob.
That's right. I gotta erase that.
Yeah, no,
Football season's long
I
over.
gotta stay. It stays on to football season, so don't get like that.
Yeah, well, it's good. You paid up last week. I'll pay up next week. You did win, so be fair. You have gone through it. You've bragged a few times, so like you said, he doesn't usually come off as too braggadocious, but maybe a post here and there.
Oh, Bach, now you I believe you're on Kenny's side, Bach. I used to have so much love for you, Bach, but now I think you're on Kenny's side.
Well, he did share some of his wings. Now you bought the wings. I'm on both your side. I appreciate one way or the other.
All right, Bach. They ran a 39.8. Pretty good track. Anything else, Bach? I'm about out of gas for you today.
All right, fair enough. We do have some things that I think are still of interest to talk about here from the world of sports. One that was kind of interesting to me, of course, a lot of people thought with North Carolina's job being open that Billy Donovan might be the one to take that job. Now, that did not happen. And a lot of that was kind of perceived maybe because the Bulls kind of did this fire sale change with the roster toward the end of the year. Looks like they're kind of resetting. Would Billy Donovan be part of that? From what we hear, unlikely. Bulls CEO and team president Michael Reinsdorf said that the next GM who he needs to hire must be sold on Billy Donovan as coach, which is very interesting. Donovan has had a tough time in Chicago. They've missed the playoffs 5 of the 6 seasons he's been with the Bulls. Before that, if you remember, he spent 5 years with OKC where they made the playoffs every year. But only once did they get past the first round and had some pretty good rosters there. So, it is interesting. Billy Donovan obviously going to be widely respected for the longest time for what he did, winning 2 championships there with Florida in the mid 2000s. But man, he's got a big leeway in a long run there at the NBA level. Of course, like I said, OKC at one point gives up on him, but the Bulls continue with him. This past July in 2025, they did give him a multi-year contract extension. But with a week remaining in the regular season, the Bulls are 29-49 this year with them. But their president, like I said, Michael Reinsdorf, did say they've got abundance of cap space this summer, some potential lottery picks coming up. And so they are resetting the roster and they want Billy Donovan to be a part of it moving forward. Terrell, how much can you get out of a coach? It's so interesting. We know how good Tyronn Lue is. As soon as Kyrie Irving and LeBron James left Cleveland, he wasn't left with much, and they weren't winning much, so they moved on. How much does a coach make a difference, do you think, at the NBA level compared to the talent that's on the roster?
If you don't have talent, you don't stay long. So
yeah.
That's how these guys be able to keep the job. Now, JJ Redick, he's in a different place because he's with the Lakers and they have a decent
pretty
team.
Darn good roster. Yeah.
but if they didn't have a good record, he wouldn't be coached there. So, he don't have to coach those guys. He just has to talk to them like they're friends. Some coaches really have to coach. Some of them have it easy.
Yeah. And I have been impressed. There was a big question with Redick coming in. Obviously, the Lakers, I think last time I checked, were third in the West, which is a very competitive West to get to that. So that's been a good gamble, if you will, on their behalf. But it's just kind of interesting with Billy Donovan specifically. I don't think they ever put together a roster that was going to win the East, but expectations were a little bit higher for them. Remember, they've went through the kind of the Zach LaVines and the Nikola Vucevic era, if you will. DeMar DeRozan, along with LaVine and those guys, was supposed to kind of be their big three and to help them get through. Kobe White's been there for some years now, no longer with them. Again, they made all these moves. Lonzo Ball at one time was there. Alex Caruso. They just haven't been able to win. So I wonder how much more of a leash he'll have there. Again, with his success in general, one way or the other, if he's out on the open market, he'll be picked up pretty quickly. So, I don't blame it as much. I mean, it's kind of going back even to Fred Hoiberg's time there with the Bulls. And maybe people wanted a little bit more out of it than they got. But when your big three was very old back into the career, Dwayne Wade, Jimmy Butler, who can be good, can be a bit of a menace in the locker room, and Rajon Rondo, who was past his prime, what were they, especially in a league that was turning into more of a shooting league, what were they supposed to do there? We'll see. We got some Bulls fans here in Harrison and, certainly here in the Midwest. I do like the sport when the Bulls are better. I think it makes the sport better. Obviously from the 90s and Michael Jordan's run and all that, but even, the Derrick Rose, Joakim Noah years and Luol Deng and all those guys made it a lot of fun. So I'd like to see the Bulls get back into it, but right now it seems like they're building from scratch. They're always, it is helpful that you've got a lot of cap space, but them and the Knicks, I mean, there's these major cities. The Lakers usually pull in the free agents when they want to, but between the Bulls and the Knicks, they talk about that kind of big city opportunity and all that for years, and it almost seems like decades now, while very rarely landing the big fish in the free agency. So I wouldn't hold my breath, but at least Billy Donovan looks like he's going to be there for a rebuild, reset. Whatever way you would like to put it. Retool. Yeah, there you go. So that I thought was kind of interesting news, out of the NBA circles. And before we get done here, I did want to refresh your memory or make you kind of think about the year 2000. Of course, Michigan winning their championship was the first Big Ten championship since the year 2000 with Michigan State. Mateen Cleaves, Maurice Peterson, Jason Richardson, remember, beat that Florida team with Mike Miller and Udonis Haslem. Matt Bonner was on that team, that Florida team, 89-76. So just kind of a reminder, and maybe you can kind of go through your memories here of the year 2000, because that's how long it was ago. Remember, at the time, America was still transitioning from renting VHSs at Blockbuster to DVDs. Were you an early DVD guy, or did you stick around with VHS for a few more years?
It depends what year was this?
This is year 2000 now.
Oh, I had DVD.
Oh, you're a DVD guy, by the way.
Yeah, I had a DVD in probably 98.
Oh, yeah.
99.
Did you ever put them in your car? That was big back then.
No.
Yeah.
I told you the first movie I bought was 300.
On DVD?
Yeah.
Yes.
When did that come out?
You have to look that up. I'm not sure. That would maybe give you a better idea of when you first got your DVDs.
I think it was I think it was 300.
I was thinking maybe that was like 2003.
No, yeah, they said that. No, it says 2007 or something.
Whoa, that's even later than I thought it would be. Yeah, well, maybe it wasn't 300 then.
Yeah, maybe it was. I bought a DVD that had the old thing.
Yeah. Well, it's funny, and obviously VHS is very, very much a thing in the past. DVDs now in streaming have become as well, and I also snuck Blockbuster in that statement. That's obviously a thing of the past too. Some of the bigger shows to debut that year. How about The Weakest Link? Did you ever watch You Are the Weakest Link?
Yes, I have.
That was a pretty good one. Yeah. Big Brother debuted that year, and the band Coldplay had their debut album in the year 2000. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, by the way? I watched a lot of that. That was in season 3 by then. Mobile phones were becoming a thing in the year 2000. A lot of people were playing the game Snake, but bigger in as far as video games go, PlayStation 2 was released the last time the Big Ten had a champion in the year 2000.
Yeah.
PS2, a lot of people would say that's one of the best just video game systems of all time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
PS2?
For its time, yeah. For its time, not compared to now. Yeah.
Yeah. 5 is the best.
Yeah. Movies from that year, Meet the Parents, Aaron Brockovich, Charlie's Angels, Gladiator maybe was the movie you're thinking. Did you get Gladiator on DVD?
That's what it was.
There
Gladiator.
Yes, Gladiator.
Yeah, that's what it was. Gladiator.
And the in music industry, nobody could go anywhere without humming along to the thong song from Cisco.
Yeah.
Country Grammar by Nelly was big. The Real Slim Shady. Eminem was a hot act at the time. Of course, America Online merged with Time Warner Cable.
When did Gladiator come out?
I think year 2000.
Year 2000?
I think that's the movie you got.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course.
That was it. You're right.
Yeah. That makes more sense.
Maximus.
Yes.
Yes. Not 300.
Microsoft released Windows 2000. What an upgrade that was over Windows 98, if you can remember the times. And also, that was also the year you had to demand a recount. Bill Clinton was president at the time of the championship, but the Bush-Gore presidential cycle was later. You had to recount that Florida vote to determine that George Bush had won and became the next president. So if all that seems like a long time ago to you, it seems like a long time ago to me. That was the last time before Monday the Big Ten had a national title holder in basketball.
All right.
Trip
That
down
sounds
memory
great to
lane.
me.
Yep.
All right, Bock. Have a good day. It's a beautiful day out here in Lincoln or in the neighborhood. Go out and enjoy it while the sun is still out, because you know what? This is Lincoln, Nebraska. We don't know what the weather is going to be tomorrow. 93.7 The Ticket, Bock in the Black Shirt. Austin Norman, Jay Foreman up next.